Welcome back to my channel, and this is part one of me building my layout. My first layout I built by myself. I did have one as a small child. If you've seen any of my review videos, I mentioned it a few times. My first train set was like 1987, and my dad built me a small layout for my room. So now I've decided at the ripe old age of 33 that I'm just going to build my own. So for the baseboard, I thought I'd be a little bit clever and go for something light. So I went for 8x4 jab light flooring, which is like a compressed polystyrene. So I picked this up, it was £16. So here's a few of the train sets I bought just to give myself a leg up, just give myself a bit of a head start. So I set it up in the living room, on the main table, on the dining table, just to see if things are working. This is one of the train sets that I bought, the Intercity Express. I've already done a review on that, so if you want to check that out, that'd be brilliant. And the Locomotive's now up on eBay because I'm using the track and stuff, but it's not really what I wanted. It's just going to be parted out, so that's for sale. So this is the room. The room is ready. It's been decorated. It was pretty late by the time I got around to taking a video of it, so the lighting's pretty poor. So I may improve the lighting in this room just for future videos and stuff. It's bigger than the actual video makes it seem. The room's quite a decent size, but I'm not going to be building a massive over-the-top layout. It's just going to be around about this size, really. I'll probably do a little bit of add-ons, but as you can see, I've got shelving units underneath, so I can keep all my stuff that I buy nice and tidy and out the way and safe. And here's a little video of me just testing out some track, making sure everything's still working. The final sort of track plan, I haven't really worked out what I want to do with it yet. It's not just going to be an oval, because that's completely boring. But upon setting it up, I did manage to damage the board just taking it up the stairs, so yeah, it's great being light and all those types of things. You know, it's light, I can move it around, but it's easily damageable. So I think not going for an MDF base was probably a mistake. So I'm probably going to change to that, to be honest with you. Probably to a 12mm. And I will pick that up in the next couple of weeks. This won't be wasted, however. I'm not a wasteful person. I don't just chuck things out. I'll probably use it to make some hills and tunnels and elevation out of. Because I've got it now, might as well. So, and I know roughly I would do want a tunnel towards the back for the trains to go through. Whether I'm going to have elevated track, it's another thing. So, I've got Thomas the Tank. I've done a review on him. I bought him second hand in a set. He was like £20 or whatever he was. I've forgotten now. And he wasn't, for some reason, he just wasn't working properly when I got him. He kept derailing. But since I put him upstairs and he's on this board and everything's flat, not a problem. He seems to be working pretty well. And as I've said in previous videos, I'm pretty sad to see that they discontinued the range. So I'll be collecting a few bits and I'll show them off as well. So we've got Thomas, we've got Annie and Clarabelle. You know, he's probably the easiest one to get. And as I've said in other videos, Edward is on my list. I may even order him today. But yeah, so this is my jab light flooring. Yeah, as you can see in the video towards the right hand side, you can see where I damaged it already. So let's hope that's not a sign of things to come, me just breaking stuff. So we'll go to MDF, we'll go to 12mm, we'll strengthen the underside of the board. Underside will be where we keep all the storage, keep stuff safe, and because it's not the cheapest hobby in the world, don't want to be breaking stuff. So yeah, this is basically what we're going to go with. And you can see shooting around. I'm surprised that he seems to be quite a little bit slower than I remember him as a kid, or maybe it's just because I was smaller. Mind, not too much smaller. I'm only 5'7" now. So I'm going to be having more rural than city. That's my plan. So it's not so much urban. We'll be going for like a rural feel with some cottages, and we're just gonna have one express line. I'm not gonna go mad with express lines, and then we'll have. I'm aiming for sort of a little branch line. Maybe even a smaller line for a little Peckett just to be running around somewhere, because I'm a big fan of the little Peckett locos. But I'm trying to be good and not spend an absolute fortune before we even get a bit of scenery and track laid down. There's the tornado going around, and again I've already done a review on that. So that is basically it for now. I've bought some other stuff. I don't even know why I did this, but I did buy the Santa set. Well, it's Christmas coming up, I might as well. So I've got that as well. But at the moment I've been looking on Hatton's and Jadler models. Hatton seem to have some fantastic trucks for really, really good prices. So, as I'm Welsh, as you can probably tell from my horrendous accent, I'll be aiming to buy like a lot of Welsh livery wagons. So I know there's some Swansea ones, and there's some Tredegar, Cardiff, Blaenavon. So those will be definitely things that I'm going to buy. We're going to have a little what should we call it? I won't call it a shunting area, but we'll have a little area for the wagons and stuff like that. But mainly rural, as I've said before. I just like the rural feel. As obviously, I don't know if anyone watching this has ever been to Gwilly Railway, but I used to spend a lot of time there as a kid with my grandparents. So that's kind of something that I absolutely loved. I used to go in the gift shop and stuff. And so that's where my inspiration's coming from. At the moment, I've got the Tornado. I've got this little 040. I've got Thompson Tank Engine. And I've got I forgot the name of it, the Cornish Carrier. As you can see here, I've bought this set. I still haven't reviewed it, but I really, really do like it. So that's going to be coming up on the channel soon. The Christmas logo, it's just a bit of fun and jokes. I won't be running that on daily, but I have made a list of other locomotives I want. But as I said, I need to really get myself together and start doing a little bit of scenery. I won't be rushing this. I'm not going to be doing 4 or 5 videos a week of how it's coming on. I really want to go through and enjoy this as a hobby. I don't want to be rushing through it. Spending a couple of £1,000 and just get it done. There it is. That's it. Also, as I'm a beginner, I don't know where the best places to buy the stuff from are. I don't know all the stuff that's available. I'm not going to rush through it and then look back and people say in the comment section, oh, you could have bought this from such and such, or there's a local club to you, or there's a boot sales or swap meets or whatever you want to call them. There's all these things where you can buy, cheap and swap or whatever, So I'm going to have a little bit of a look into that as well. But I have enjoyed what I've done so far. I've really enjoyed. So I'm hoping that I can get myself a little bit of talent and start to be able to paint things myself and because that's what it's all about. I want to be building this myself. I don't want to be outsourcing it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you'll support this. I know there's not too much going on here, but I've already spent a few quid, as you can imagine. I think with sort of sets, the board, the shelving units, the bunting, the wooden battens to make the frame, and obviously changing it to MDF. I've spent a fair bit of money. And I'm looking at a few buildings. They were all sort of air fixed, glued together type buildings when I was a kid. So I have noticed the Scaledale range as well. That looks pretty good. So there'll be some engine sheds and bits and bobs. I have got an idea in my head. I might even pop on Photoshop and knock up a rough idea of what I'm planning to do, and then add that in on part 2. But yeah, thank you very much. So just a quick note to add on the end of this video, that I've decided to 100% change to MDF. I wasn't too sure in the video, although I did say I was going to do it. I've also ordered an Edward model. I believe he's 3 days postage, so he should be here pretty soon. And I've also ordered some troublesome trucks. I didn't want to spend any more money too quickly, but I thought, well, what the hell, they came up for sale. I thought, why not? So I've ordered them and they'll be on the way. So yeah, just a quick note to say that, and look forward to seeing your response to my video. Thank you.